The International Student Connect program has been operating for 6 years, and it is specifically intended to address the settlement needs of international students. The model is that it brings together a post-secondary educational institution, together with a local settlement organization to address these needs. And we do that through one-on-one sessions, group sessions, online resources that are customized to their particular immigration status and issues, and print material as well. So again, another fairly accessible set of approaches to delivering the services.
International Student Connect program meets the needs of the international students, both in terms of the short term and long term. Basically, the program is designed to provide them the settlement services and their family members, and link them to the wider community networks while they are studying, so their short-term settlement needs can be met by the various settlement agencies. And in terms of the intermediate and long-term outcomes, we want them to have the basic knowledge about the settlement process, also know the requirements that upon the graduation, what are the next steps that they will be required to do instead of getting the postgraduate work permit, and once they are given the landed immigrant status, how they can get connected with the mainstream community. So currently we are working with 16 settlement agencies and 21 educational institutions. International Student Connect is 100% funded by the provincial government and has really helped over around 22,000 students. International Student Connect is a bilingual program. IRCC programs really offers a lot of flexibility to the settlement agencies that what topic they can deliver information on, because they are equipped, they are provided the resources to deliver information on the top 25 topics which are well in demand. So when they walk into a room, they are basically equipped to deliver a workshop on any of those 25 topics. We still found that customization is one of the key feature which is very popular among the student population. And not only customization in terms of the information, but customization in terms of the delivery. Just to give you an example, that at some of the institutions, many of the partner agencies deliver workshops in which the information is provided to, of course, to the international students and their spouses also. But they also provide one-on-one services in those scenarios that in which students are not very comfortable in asking a question in group setting. Every workshop is customized to the needs of primarily international students and to the requirement of the institution also. Just to give you an example, when the COVID-19 lockdown had not yet started, but we could feel the effects of COVID-19 in Canada, we were approached by some of the institutions and they were saying, can you please do a webinar and make it available on your website? So because our international student office is like really inundated by a lot of requests by or questions by the international student, because no one knew at that time what is happening. What would a lockdown mean, or will the classes continue? Will they have to go back home? Can they stay here? So there were very unanswered questions. So very quickly we developed a webinar on COVID-19 and answered some of the basic questions and referred them to the appropriate, reliable, both government, federal and provincial resources. The strength of the International Student Connect program is the partnership which it has created. It does create every institution that we work with a three-way partnership in which COSTI works with the settlement agency. We sign a formal agreement with them in which the agencies are compensated for the services which they provide to the international student at a specific institution. While on the other hand, before that, we also sign a memorandum of understanding with an institution, which lays out both our roles, the institution roles, and the settlement agency's roles. So it clearly defines our responsibilities and the roles which each partner will play. So whenever we start working with an institution, the first thing is we match them with an agency within the same demographic and in the same community. Most of the international students are not really very mobile. Many of them may have mobility challenges. So it is very important that each institution is matched with an agency which is in a near vicinity or at least in the neighborhood, so they can access the services easily. One, it is very important and crucial for the program to get in touch with the international students while they are still at their education institutions. Because once they graduate and they disperse in the wider community, then it is very difficult to get in touch with them. This factor itself makes the partner organization very important because they are first point of contact. And after all, they are the ones who are directly in touch with them. Also, the feedback which we have received since the inception of this program from our partner agencies have helped us design the curriculum and design all the resources.
Ça, c'est un projet très important pour les étudiants internationaux, des secondaires à la communauté. Donc, ce programme, vraiment, c'est les étudiants à faire l'arrimage entre la vie estudiantine et la vie communautaire. Ces étudiants internationaux, ils ont tellement de besoins au niveau de l'université, oui, on va les encadrer, mais il y a beaucoup d'éléments, des particules qui leur manquent. Donc, ce programme des étudiants internationaux, ça aide vraiment à connecter les étudiants internationaux avec les réalités des établissements au Canada. Donc, il est très apprécié par les partenaires et le projet également fournit un cadre relié vraiment qui aide vraiment l'arrimage avec la communauté francophone. Donc, cet établissement est très bien outillé pour aider les étudiants internationaux et ils sont connectés par ce programme qui est très apprécié par et les universités et les étudiants internationaux. Malheureusement, jusqu'à date, nous n'avons que 2 universités avec qui nous travaillons. Nous aimerions également élargir ce programme dans plusieurs universités de la province. C'est tellement important d'avoir les informations dans sa langue maternelle. L'avoir en français, c'est très important. Ce qui fait que dans l'évaluation des besoins et les guillages, ces étudiants internationaux, ils ont l'information en français, ce qui est très important et ils exigent en français. Parce que nous travaillons avec les étudiants internationaux des universités francophones. Alors, notre expérience a démontré qu'il est évident que les nouveaux arrivants ont tendance à poser des questions en français. Donc, ils posent des questions en français, ce qui fait très bien dans leur propre langue. Ils sont dans une université anglophone, mais la partie francophone, la langue est très importante. Donc, c'est pour nous et pour eux, c'est important. Et puis, leurs besoins académiques, c'est tellement réel. Ils sont bien satisfaits par la livraison de ce projet que nous offrons dans les universités, dans leur langue en français, et nous tenons en compte les recommandations qu'ils nous donnent pour pouvoir l'améliorer. Nous aimons avoir plus d'accès dans ces universités pour pouvoir aider les étudiants internationaux.
We use various tools and we find that one of the most effective tools is, of course, the feedback from our partners. How they feel when they walk into a classroom and they deliver those sessions to international students, and what is the response or what is the take of international students, how those sessions are perceived by them, and do they find the information useful. Another direct feedback which we try to get it is that we observe the sessions which are conducted at the various institutions. And of course, we cannot observe all of them, but we try to observe, at least visit each institution at least once or twice a year, because this gives us the opportunity to get the first-hand feedback that how the sessions are going, what kind of questions are being asked. And it also provides us an opportunity or an insight that how we can go and further improve the program. We also receive the reports from agencies on quarterly and on annual basis, in which they highlight their successes and their challenges, and they make recommendation for improving or changing some services. We do annual surveys in which all the agencies are invited to participate, and then they provide us their feedback that what has happened, what worked well, what didn't work very well, and how we can further improve these things. What are the new topics which are being requested? And we also get in touch with the institution also from time to time to get their feedback, to kind of see if they have an observation regarding the changing trend and the practices, and any other new topic which they would like us to include. Overall, generally, like immigration pathways is the most popular session. Apart from that, there are around 58% of the students who are looking for information into legal rights. 54% of our participants are looking for information into money and personal finances. 53% are seeking information on healthcare, and 52% are seeking information on housing related topics. And some of them are also looking for information regarding employment. One of the results of the surveys was that 70% of the respondents said that one-on-one information or in-person information is the most effective way to provide them settlement-related information. That 81% of the students said that the information which is provided in the sessions is very, very relevant to their settlement needs. And the topics are very carefully selected, like they do address what the information they are looking for. International student IRCC is already implemented both in the bigger cosmopolitan area like Toronto, and on the other hand in Thunder Bay also. So this program is very, very flexible. It can be customized to meet the needs of either smaller and larger demographic. That said, one of the very important aspects will be the training of the settlement agencies who will be working in those demographics. And the training does not only involve in terms of on the specific topics on which the workshops are available, but training also in the needs of the roles and responsibilities of the educational institution, where to draw the boundaries, what services can be offered by the institution, what services can be offered by the settlement agencies. Also, one more point that it is very important to train your staff so they become very familiar with the institution where they are working at. It is very important to have a lead agency who is responsible for standardization of everything which this program does. Not only the workshops, not only the resources, but how these staff are trained also, how they're even standardization in terms of the evaluation. So defining the role of all partners is also very, very important. And training the facilitators, having centrally developed resources. So it does save a lot of time and effort on the behalf of the partners, and they don't have to worry about every policy change which may impact the international students. They just have to focus about delivering the program because they know that there is a source which will provide them all the updated information. One thing has become very clear with us, and it was also pointed out in the evaluation report also, that not all institutions are equipped to deal with the settlement needs of international students. And let's face it, one of the reality is that Canada does have a very good education system, but we are seeing a greater number of international students because of the immigration pathways also. So this program can work most effectively in collaboration with educational institutions and with the partners while the students are still studying at those institutions. Because this is the time where it is very easy to outreach to them. This is the time when you can easily prepare for them for their post-graduation life, whether with the first step is a post-graduation work permit, and then the final step is their permanent residency status. It is our duty that if we are bringing them in here, so let's give them a good experience so they ultimately decide to make Canada their long-term destination also.